Her platform is Erasing Chronic Disease Through Prevention, and she advocates for the importance of knowing personal risk factors for chronic disease.
Nicole Strike is the current Miss Eastern Dakota International and is a registered dietitian and physical assistant student. Welcome, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So why did you choose this specific platform?
Well, one risk factor for developing chronic disease is family history. And so with my personal family history of heart disease, and also my grandpa was diagnosed with colon cancer, I want to live a healthy lifestyle so I can prevent chronic disease. And also when I was working as a dietitian, I would see patients after they were diagnosed with cancer or after a heart attack. And so I decided that I want to do more and able to help these patients prevent chronic disease before they experience a tragic event like that.
You know, leading into visiting with you, we're always like, you know, royalty here, and it's fun to talk to beauty queens, but it's a, you know, you guys really have a great platform and you can share a great message. Do you feel like sometimes that gets lost, that you are really going to have a voice in something that's so important?
No, I mean, my platform is something that I've devoted my life towards, you know, in the health field, working as a dietitian and soon to be physician assistant. It's something that I do day in and day out, whether I hold the title as a beauty queen or not, so.
How many people, I mean, when we're talking family history, this affects so many people.
It does.
How many are we talking?
So 50% of adult Americans have at least one chronic condition, and 75% have, or 25% have at least two chronic conditions or more. So it's something that really affects every individual, whether you're young or old or male or female or anything.
And what are some of the risk factors that people face?
Yeah, sure. So some of the risk factors to consider are your age, gender, ethnicity, family history, and your environment.
Wow.
What questions do people need to ask in addition to that, or what changes do they need to make to really, you know, be strong in their own life?
Yeah, so kind of depending on your risk factors and knowing those things is the first stage in those, and talking to your family, especially the holiday season was a good time to have those conversations with your family. And so once you know what your risk factors are, the next step would be to get those health screenings done to catch the disease early and find out if you are at risk.
Can you talk a little bit as well about Miss Eastern Dakota International, how you got involved, where you were, you know, how you got to this point, I guess. When did you start?
Yeah, so I've never had been doing pageants. It was not something I've been doing for a long time. And one of the directors had asked me to get involved with the system. And at first I was a little hesitant, being new to the pageant world. And so once I did some research into the system and found out that the international system, their mission is about family and about service and making a difference in the lives of others, which really goes right hand in hand with my values and my morals. And once I've been involved in the system, meeting all of the girls and sharing their passion for their platforms is really an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. What's the next step for you in the pageant world?
Sure. In January, I will be competing for Miss North Dakota. So that's less than 2 weeks away. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, like, or how are you preparing for that?
My biggest thing that I'm doing is practicing interviews. So this is great. Great practice.
Absolutely.
And where are you from? And you know, what are you doing when you're not doing this?
Sure. Well, I grew up in Minnesota, and I've been living in North Dakota now for about 11 years. And when I'm not doing this, I'm actually just starting my last semester of physician assistant school, which keeps me pretty busy as well.
Yeah, how do you juggle it all? That's a lot.
Time management and a good planner.
Okay.
Good planner.
I was going to say, time management, that could be your platform right
now.
Yeah. So what's the biggest question you get from people when you start to tell them about your platform?
Sure. The biggest question I probably get from people is what they need to be doing. And so I always just encourage them to go back about knowing their risk factors, looking at their age, gender, their family history, their environment, and seeing what kind of things they can make changes in their lives for. Even just small little things as cutting soda out of their diet or things like that.
It's a great time of year to start doing those little changes. Well, good luck here in just a couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to have you back again.
Yeah, thank you.
In all that you're doing. You are a busy lady. All right, stay with us here. Coming up on North Dakota Today, we'll give you a little daily motivation.